We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow! Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SideScrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you. It's Finish Strong Friday. Hi, I'm Stuttering Craig. Man, we got a big show today. We got, I'm telling you, today's going to be a really, really interesting show. Lots to talk about, really good topics, and as I said, we're going to be finishing strong right on into the weekend. Hello, Blabs. Good to see you.
Hi! It's Friday and I'm excited. I had coffee and tea today.
Oh, double caffeine, you. Look
Yes!
at you.
Well, I got up earlier than usual, so I was like, I'm going to need to wake up. So.
I had a hard time going to sleep last night. My ankle is on fire right now. I don't know if it's like a week after the surgery.
Yeah,
like,
is it like
starts...
you feel it healing?
Yeah, I guess.
Does that,
Maybe.
like, you'll start to feel it healing, like where your things like just start to like realign and like merge together again. That is the weirdest sensation. Super weird.
Yeah, I don't know if that's it. It just kind of feels like it's on fire right now. So
it probably is. Doesn't help that you're sitting at a chair instead of elevating it.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. It is elevated underneath, but it's not over my hips and heart like it's supposed to be. So
you got to learn to like do the splits and things.
Yeah, I'll learn to do the splits, Blabs. That's good. Like a ninja master. That's right.
Yeah, why not?
Or an OnlyFans model, which is wonderful. Joining us today. What?
OnlyCraig.com.
OnlyCraig.com. OnlyFeet.com.
I feel like Ike's gonna go and use that and like recircle it to Plus.
You know. By the way, Ike has been working on something spectacular.
Oh, good.
I don't know if you guys are aware, but Switzerland Plays Ike. He has created a supercut of every time that boobs are mentioned on the show.
Oh, that's gonna be a lot.
That's right. It's quite
like
impressive.
30 minutes.
It's quite impressive. So maybe soon we'll be able to unveil that. He sent me a preview of it, and let me tell you this right now, very impressive. So,
nice.
Hey, with that said, it is Friday. Let's see lots of boobs today. It's going to be great. Speaking of boobs, our guest today has a tremendous pair on their VTuber model, which is great. Introducing for the first time on the show, Mama, like octopus, Akko.
Hello. How are you both doing today? How's your foot doing, Craig?
I said it hurts. You know what I appreciate most is about your blinking, your avatar here, is that it kind of like one eye will blink, the other eye will blink, and it kind of goes back and forth. You know, it's kind of, they don't blink at the same time in unison. One kind of blinks here. You know, it's good. I like it. I appreciate it.
So I think that is purely just because of the webcam and what I'm using right now. My normal streams, I do have a bit of a different rig, but for the purposes of like doing podcast appearances, I use my main rig, and I'm trying to sync it up a little bit better in the future. But yeah, I'm not using all of the stuff that I normally use during my streams.
Hey, well, we're glad you're hanging out with us today. Should be a fun run. Looking forward to spending our nice little Friday with you guys, and with you as well. So look, always joining us in the back end, twisting and tweaking, making sure the show looks great and functional, and running intros and graphical assets and all sorts of fun things. Everybody say hi to Phoenix. Hello, Phoenix.
What up, homies? Happy to
there
be
he
here.
is.
He's got a different hat today.
Phoenix from the streets showing up. Love that.
Damn right. Damn right, dog.
Has anyone ever said you were from the streets, Phoenix?
Everyone that's ever met me, when they know how hard I am, absolutely. That's from the streets, dog.
Go hard. I love that. Well, look, this is going to be a great one today. I'm very excited to be hanging out with you guys. First and foremost, I'd like to remind you guys, if you are new, hit the subscribe button. Join the 128,000 normal men who have found common sense in the video game space. and entertainment and just in general, hit the thumbs up button. Did you know? We learned this earlier this week. This is crazy. If you didn't know this, now you know. Not just for us, but for everybody. Apparently, with YouTube's new algorithm, that if just you watching isn't enough anymore, the view that you contribute to is nay, say void, friends. You also have to contribute in some way by hitting a thumbs up button or leaving a comment. I don't know how this works. It's YouTube, right? It is what it is. So wherever you're tuning in, whether it's YouTube or Rumble or Kick, do some sort of affirmative thing, letting them know that you are watching. Because if you're passively watching, apparently YouTube doesn't think you count, which sucks because we like everybody who tunes into our show. With that said, we got a lot of good things going up over at Side Scrollers Plus. It is Friday. I would like to remind you guys to, open up a new tab today. No, right now. And join us over at Side Scrollers Plus. Use that promo code $. Did you know you can get your first month over at Side Scrollers Plus for only $1? That's right. You'll hear that sound effect whenever we do anything going on, which is great. SidescrollersPlus.com. Use promo code $. To get your first month for only $1. You get access to all of our partners, all of our shows, all of our special events. And we got a lot of great things planned, which we will be telling you guys about very, very shortly. I'm going to tell you this right now. August, going to be a big month. So stand by. It's going to be great. So join us over there. We're closing in on 1,000 members over at Side Scrollers Plus. We are, so help us reach that. Let's do it today. Can we do it today? Yes, we can. All right.
I believe in them. Let's do it.
I believe in it. I believe in Joe Hendry.
The voice of an angel, Craig. Wow.
Listen, I didn't get my brother's voice. I'll tell you that. My brother is a singer-songwriter dude, and I did not get that voice. Sorry, but I do get wrestling references. All right, lots going on. Oh, Blabs, did you want to say anything about subathon members, winners?
Yes. Okay. So I have found every single one of you except for 2 of you who have not reached out to me, and I can't find you. So if you're Captain EO or TinLee_YouTube, please hit me up on Twitter or email me, whatever. I have found everybody else's contact information but you 2, and you're making me angry.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Captain EO. Great name, by the way. Tinley.
Yep.
Get your ass on it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Speaking of getting your ass on it, hey, be like Wolf and Wings, who came in with the 10 just now. He said, for the engagement, let's go. Thank you so much, Wolf and Wings. Appreciate that. We're going to do our best to get to our Montez goal today and show Mama Oko Mama Oko exactly what Montez is going on. Watch out. Hey, easy. Let's go. Thank you very much. All right. All right. We're going to get Montez today. Very excited for that. With that said, we always like to start the show with Today in Gaming History. So, Blabs, please fill us in on the games that people should know about.
Okie dokies, everybody. It's July 18th, and there it is. I was going to say I need it. All right. So, Willow was released in Japan in 1989, the game for the movie. Pokemon Channel was released in Japan in 2003. And then I thought this one was fun for Craig. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD was released in 2012 on this day. Ta-da!
Why would Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD be like in my wheelhouse?
Are you making fun of his leg, the fact he can't walk? Is
that was
what
part of it, Chet, because before we went live,
That's
he
what I
was
thought.
hobbling around and it was really funny. But also, I thought he liked Tony Hawk Pro Skater games.
It's it's fun.
Well, then never mind.
Games.
Fuck off, I guess. Like, I don't know. This one was for you, man.
Thanks, Blabs. Appreciate that. I will say this. Some noticeable games that you did miss. You mentioned Willow. I actually have close personal ties with the game Willow. I have it in my collection that I grew up with behind my walls
I'd say
over
get
here.
up and show us, but
No, I'm not going to do that. No. Shut your face.
I got 2 legs.
Hey, let's go. Ableist. It's ridiculous how ableist you are. Jeez. But yes, I grew up actually played Willow.
Is it a good one?
It's okay. It's like a Zelda knockoff.
Mm-hmm.
The music in it was pretty good though, if I
Was it
remember
from the
correctly.
movies? Or did they do a whole new...
No, the reason why I bought the game was because the arcade game that I played was so spectacular. And when I say the arcade game and the NES game are polar opposites, I cannot it's 180 degrees different. It is yin and yang. The arcade game is running and jumping and slashing and attacking. And then the home game on the NES is like Zelda, which is a good thing, but those are two totally separate style games. So, anyways, Willow on the NES, you mentioned that.
Was Willow real fast? Was like Willow like a reskin? Because that's what it felt like, almost like a Super Mario 2 kind of thing with Doki Doki Panic. Are you aware of that? If that's true, because it was actually a pretty good game. You'd never imagine they would do that for a movie license. I figured they may have reskinned it.
Yeah, I've never heard that Willow on the NES was a reskin.
Okay,
but like this is the game. Okay, let me show you the game that I grew up like. This is the arcade game that I saw and was like, whoa, this is spectacular, right? You're going around your little Willow and you got these, you know, like how cool is this? This game is spectacular. Like how fun is that? That game looks super duper fun, right? It's colorful, it's bright. This is classic Capcom right here.
It's bringing back a childhood right there. Oh,
do you ever play this one?
I did not get to play this one, but I did watch the movie because my my stepdad, when he moved in, wanted to culture a lot of my family, and so he introduced us to a lot of classical movies, Willow being one of them. And I just remember a mixture of scary and fun memories of it because it definitely did play a little bit on horror.
Okay. I really loved the movie Willow as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it.
A great movie.
Tried watching it with my wife. Yeah, I started watching it with my wife probably 6 months ago. She wanted nothing to do with it. She was like, "This movie sucks." I was like, "What?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was so mad at her. Anyway, so this was the arcade game for Willow, which is, you know, perfect for an arcade game back then. And this was the Nintendo game back then. Here we go. Like you totally see the Zelda influence.
I do. I can actually say that because I played one.
That's right. But he had two different types of attacks. You know, you're walking around as a little elf man. I do very much love this game. It had this has tons of don't ever want to hear people say that I don't like RPGs, because this game has tons of RPG elements to it. Actually, they can say that all they want. I don't like RPGs, but this is one of the few games that I do like that I grew up playing. So, anyways, yeah, this was kind of like fool's gold. I played this as a kid because this is one of those big differences between the arcade and the NES, where you'd see something in the arcade, then you'd see a game was coming to the home consoles, and you'd be like, "That's not the game I wanted." So, it happened all the time. Anyways, so some other noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs, which I'll tell you what, there are definitely some noticeable ones. Kiss Psycho Circus, released for PC 25 years ago. This is a game built around Kiss, the band, Blabs.
I figured that as much.
Yes. Ape Escape 2 for the PlayStation 2.
Classic.
Yeah. Blabs mentioned Pokemon. The biggest one that Blabs missed today, and I can't believe she missed this. Obviously, Miami Vice, the game, was pretty funny for the PSP.
Let me guess, Street Fighter?
Yeah, Street Fighter 4.
Oh.
I decided to go with Willow instead to give a little bit of
Yes, hit her another time, please. One more. There, thank you.
Give her the chair. Like, what is this?
You know what? Just shut her off from the screen, please. I don't want to hear
Put
this.
the key.
Just slowly, just get her off. Ridiculous. Anyways, so look, Street Fighter 4 obviously revitalized the Street Fighter franchise and revitalized the fighting game franchise as a whole. Like when Street Fighter 4 came out, no, keep her down. I don't want her out here. It's ridiculous. Here we go. But I mean, I love Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4 is a spectacular game. Phoenix, did you love Street Fighter 4?
I did. Were you a fan of 3? Because 4 felt like we came back home, where 3 felt a little bit like a departure.
Okay, so I love Third Strike. Third Strike is quite possibly the best Street Fighter ever. Just the way it's put together, I love everything about it. It's super fun. I love that Blabs is still locked off.
A U-Haul container? Yeah,
Never.
I'm back.
Right.
I'm out of storage.
But Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter 4 was the closest, obviously, to a Street Fighter 2 feel.
Yes.
After Street Fighter 3, because it was a departure. It felt a little different. But I love Third Strike. Mama, did you ever play any of the Street Fighter games?
I know I've played a couple when I was younger. I'll be honest with you, I'm not much of a fighting games person, mostly just because I like more Zen Gardens. like Minecraft and survival games. But I did play a little bit of it when I had a brother. I learned a very quick combo to just like keep spamming him, and he decided that he wanted to stop playing with me after that.
You learn one combo, and it really ruins a relationship really fast.
He refused to play with me after that. He still does to this day for the most part.
Here we go. I got one more noticeable game that you missed today, Blabs, and that is Nintendo World Championships NES Edition, which I have.
Good Lord!
Yeah,
I know.
he has that one to show off, but
I would get there, but I'd have to roll.
I'm
back
surprised
to
he
it.
didn't go and get them all before we went live.
No, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. We are going straight up, guys. We are doing a premium event with Nintendo World Championships very, very soon. That is on the game. We're gonna do a Nintendo World Championships very, very soon. We're gonna do a proper version. So looking forward to that. All right, with that said, guys, appreciate you guys popping in today. We have a big show lined up for you guys. Starting off strong with Peps coming in with the $50 super chat. Says, hi, side scrollers. Oh my gosh, Mama Akko is here. I love her VTuber model. It's so pretty. Her videos are always entertaining to watch. May the creator bless.
Bless.
Bless indeed. 16-bit dude says for engagement and Montez. Let's go. Thank you very much, 16-bit dude. Appreciate that. And Peps, thank you again for your extreme generosity. We obviously greatly appreciate it. Speedy Cake says, speaking of super cuts, Craig, have you seen the Pirate Software worked at Blizzard supercut? It's my uncle works at Nintendo as far as I'm concerned. So I did see that. See if you can find that, Blab. See if you can find that on X. Just search Pirate Software worked at Blizzard. Okay. It's really funny. It's pretty funny. Mercenary says, as I promised on X, extreme schizo posting, Gavin Newsom being taken to get Mo and tried for high treason. Biden has already been a body double. All right. Orange Man Bad has a deal with space aliens to clean up the atmosphere and clean up Congress. And the craziest of them all, Iris has been closed. Bloody autocorrect. IRS is gone forever. I don't even know.
Shit.
Mercenary, the level of autism that you have on a day-to-day basis.
It's impressive.
Like truly spectacular.
He did get one that before that. Let me just grab this one real fast. Mercenary for 5 says, Mama Oko, as per tradition here, you have to fire Blabs so we can clip it because she messes up today in gaming. Only by his standards.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
Just fire Blabs. It's okay. Just go ahead.
Okay. You fired.
I like that one. That was good. Oh, I really got to get this one real fast. So before I get that really big one that just showed up on Plus, West sent in an autistic 1 for 1. Blabs, just to clarify my comment from yesterday, I brought up Black Flag because on your Uno stream, you said you wanted to play it. Wanting to play something doesn't mean you want to buy it per se, so your response was fair enough. I just want to explain why I brought it up randomly. My bad for assuming you wanted to buy it. We're okay, man. And then, hey, Nate here for 50. Show the boobs.
What?
Phoenix. That's right. Says Street Fighter 4 was the game that got me into the Street Fighter series and reignited my interest in fighting games. Blabs, you're fired.
He's on fire!
Let's go. Hey,
Thank you, Nate.
That is awesome, Nate. That's spectacular. Tenarian also came in with the 10. Says Ape Escape 2 should have been on that list. Blabs, you should get locked out for leaving that one out. Fun fact, every single Ape Escape game has 2 different English dubs, one for the US and one for Europe. The European version has a British English. Oh, bloody great. Thank you, Tenarian. Appreciate that. He also followed up, says, I remember the first time I encountered Mama Akko. My first thought was probably a Splatoon fan. Weird how I've never ate octopus or squid. Although I fished a lot of squid. That's a fun time, but very messy. Anyways, would Mama Akko eat a puffin?
A puffin? That's I swear I've heard of something like that before. Is that like a fish or is that a
puffin is a bird.
Oh, it's a bird.
Yes, a puffin is a bird, and this is what it looks like for you, just as a reference. Would you eat this style? Oh, there we go. Would you eat this bird?
So I've had cereal that's actually named puffins before and had them on the front of it. I'm so thankful that you showed this to remind me. I don't know if I would eat it. I don't know if it tastes like chicken or not. Isn't that an endangered species, the puffin?
Well, not to Tenarian. Tenarian eats that up, baby. Let's go. Yeah,
if it tastes like chicken, sure, I'll give it a try. I will also say don't try octopus unless you cook it very well. I've had it before, and it is extremely chewy and has a funky funky little taste.
Dude, I love me some squid, some calamari.
I've heard
I
squid
love
tastes good.
calamari.
Fried calamari. Let's stinking go. Put a little lemon on that. Yeah, you know who has really great calamari, Blabs?
I'm assuming not Buc-ee's.
Olive Garden.
What?
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Am I right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Right.
There's
You're
no
missing
way
out,
in hell
Blabs.
that you think of fried calamari and you get Olive Garden?
No, I'm just. I didn't.
Not
say,
some Asian restaurant or something? No.
No.
Olive Garden.
Yeah, Olive Garden has great fried calamari.
Really?
Yeah, locally sourced. You're right.
See, I have a bit of Italian in me, and so I don't go to Olive Garden because my family has decided that it's not Italian enough to enjoy. So I just,
Oh.
I did not know they had calamari on their menu. That's interesting.
So now we have two Italian snobs on our show. Blabs with one and Mama Akko the other. This is wonderful. All right.
Yeah.
This is great.
I don't have a lot of Italian in my heritage. It's like a 16. It's an 8th, a 16th, or a 32. But I know I have more Italian in me than some people who claim they have Indian that's 1 in 1,000. So I have a decent chunk.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your Italian snobbery, despite not knowing having any idea how much you have in you. I appreciate you being like, I think I have some in me. I'm pretty
I have
sure.
enough. I've done
Yeah.
my family heritage, so
That's good. That's good. Well, Blabs, I'm just saying.
No. It has something to do with Olive Garden. I'm just going to straight out say no.
Don't be like that.
You keep harassing me about it. The answer's going to be
Whoa,
forever
who
no.
are you? Are you a listener contact? Just because I'm asking a question about.
Excuse me. Even off camera in Texas, Olive Garden. You're going to Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Olive Garden. The answer is no.
For the content here, Blabs. For the
No.
content.
I'd rather be
Yes.
tortured doing something else. More fun. I don't know. We can go to a gun range. I'd have more fun there.
That's fun, Blabs.
Exactly. Let's have fun. Why do you want to
What
torture
if-
me?
Gun range after Olive Garden. Maybe we can hybrid this
No.
bitch.
See that now we're talking. Now we're talking. That's what I'm talking. Maybe the gun range
Why
as a
don't you
reward.
go to Olive Garden, Craig?
Exactly.
I'll go there today.
Go.
Like, what's the
Go
what's the
on.
holdup? As a matter of
Take
fact,
the family and go.
I guarantee this weekend I will go to Olive Garden, Blabs.
That's right. You could walk there, couldn't you?
No, I couldn't. I can't. But I will be driving to an Olive Garden. Listen. I promise you. And you know what I will have this weekend? Calamari. at Olive Garden.
Congratulations.
And I can't wait to tell
my.
you just how delicious it is. Just saying. There we go.
I'm
hey.
sorry you have such shit taste in food.
It's-
That you
you
think
don't know.
calamari has the best olive? Like what?
To be fair, you have not gone. You cannot say
Hold on.
shit.
I have been to Olive Garden. Remember, I told you guys I went and had a salad there in like 2016 or 2017.
But did you have the calamari?
Why would that? No, why? I don't think Olive Garden. I'm like, yes, the calamari. If I'm going to get calamari, I'm going to like an actual decent restaurant. I don't want to get like food poisoning.
Nobody
Ooh.
goes. Okay, this is now you're gonna get us sued at this point, Blabs. All right, you're just talking out.
Having an opinion?
You're making no. You can't say people are getting food poisoning at Olive Garden for having calamari. You can't say that. You're gonna get sued. Olive Garden. Listen, the Olive Garden lawyers are watching, Blabs.
Oh,
all
that's
right?
right.
Ridiculous. Okay.
Or one of them's name's like Giuseppe or something. Like, what is this?
Listen, that's right. When the Olive Garden attorney
Giacomo.
is more Italian than you, Blabs, what do you got to say
Okay.
about that? It's ridiculous. Commodore Van says, I said yes on the poll, and I've seen clips online, but no way I could stomach a full episode of the propaganda pushing unfunny jackhole F late night TV. What's the poll today, Blabs?
Okay, so the poll was simply, let me pull it up over here. The poll was simply, have you ever watched The Late Show with Colbert?
Oh, okay. What's it at right now?
76% said no, by the way.
But that's why it's being canceled. We'll get to that very, very
Yep.
shortly. Mercenary says, I had a brace on off. My had brace is off, Craig. Still broke the plywood.
Could not have said that better myself. I totally agree.
Craig, it is thumbs up and a comment and or no counts. Okay, so there we go. Thumbs up and a comment, guys. That's not our rules. It's YouTube. And Blabs, you're fired. You didn't respond to me on X.
I
I'm
never
one of
respond to you on X,
the,
Mercenary.
I'm one of the subathon winners. Saint says, will Montez be retired by the end of the year? No. Never. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Salad full of Cool Ranch Doritos says, how did y'all skip NCAA 07 football? I could finally take Air Force to the championship game for once, and you did not include it. Sorry. But she saw it. We did, I scrolled over it, which is good. Wolf and Wings says, for the content, Blabs. That's right.
So why don't you go Wolf and Wings?
No, nobody wants. Listen, with all due respect to Wolf and Wings, nobody wants
We
to
mean
see
the Wolf and Wings. You just sent to that super chat.
Wolf and Wings is amazing. I love Wolf and Wings, right? I love barbecue wings too. But I'm just saying, people want to see you go to Olive Garden because you don't want to go. And Diz wants to know, says 6-hour Arnold movie fest or Olive Garden. Which one would you rather have, Blabs?
I'd rather go to Olive Garden and just yell at everybody.
You got to eat though if you go.
I don't want it.
Olive Garden takeout while watching a 6-hour Arnold marathon. What say you?
I wouldn't want to do either of those. Phoenix, whose side are you on?
I'm just being a little bastard. That's all.
You are.
Here's the thing about it. Here's the most amazing thing about it is that Blabs will never have the opportunity to try the after dinner mints at Olive Garden. What a shame. What an absolute shame. Like those. Brilliant, just brilliant.
You mean
Christian
the
says,
after dinner mints that you can literally buy like Aldi's, like after 8?
No, I don't think that's right. They're all.
I do think that's right.
I don't think that's right. Christian says calamari is Italian for squid. Just saying, that's right, Blabs. That's right.
Gee, let me know.
John says you can thank Street Fighter 4 for having people Hold on. What? You can thank Street Fighter 4 for people having foot fetishes because that's when Juri came out. That's true. And now she's a main staple of the series. That's right. Juri did come out in Street Fighter 4. She was a DLC character. Jay Rome, good to see you, buddy. Let's go. Coming in on Prime for 37 months. Thank you so much, buddy. Great to see you. And Tenarian says, don't worry, puffins aren't anywhere near endangered. They don't taste like chicken, but they're good, slightly gamey. We always boil them in a pot with their heads still attached, which is usually what people find the most off-putting about it.
Sounds about right, honestly. Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yikes.
Some processes of putting together food is kind of unsettling, just a little bit.
I would say all process of food is unsettling.
Fair enough.
I've actually seen like the whole thing from the slaughterhouse, right? I've seen them. I've really dropped them off at the slaughterhouse. I've really put them all through the chutes. I've seen the whole scrambling of the brains and everything. I've seen everything, every little bit, right? I would say the worst thing though, boiling lobsters, because they're still alive. That shit's
that's
awful.
Really sad. That's really sad. I agree.
I hate that. I'd rather you just cut off their heads. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I'd be because like I love creatures. I love to eat because I'll never not be a meat eater. But I like I'd have to look at my my significant other if I had one and say, hey, can you do the prepping because I really can't say goodbye to this thing and then put it in the water.
Yeah, it's just it's just so cruel, right? Like I'd rather like I find it just so cruel that
you got to name it first. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, little Larry didn't have a chance.
Exactly. If see, here's the thing: I can go hunting, I can go shooting. See, I can go do real man, go hunting and all that kind of shit. But if I have to boil it alive, it's like there's things that I find inhumane. Shooting something with an arrow to end its life immediately, that's completely fine. But boiling it, I feel like I'm just like, oh, I wouldn't want that to me.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And like,
I
am
also
not
wouldn't
like some animal activist. I hate PETA, right? But I am very much for like respecting the animal up until the end of its life in the most best way possible. I respect Temple Grandin and her efforts for like the slaughterhouse and everything, things like that. Like, yes, but when it comes to like the lobsters and stuff, I'm like, they're like screaming.
So you're cool with life until the cattle get shocked at the
well, yeah, because it's like an instantaneous they're gone.
Until they're getting electrocuted or they get a bolt through their skull.
Well, no, you can't. It just scrambles up their brain and everything.
Oh, that's much better.
It's instantaneous. They're dead like this, right? I'd rather that than like have an animal or something struggle and die slowly. Like, come on, would you want to be boiled alive?
Happy Friday, everybody.
Well, here's a video of a tortoise going on a skateboard for everybody.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Here you go. All right, that's great. Thanks, Blabs. What? Don't. Why are you being like that, Blabs?
You're welcome. I was muting myself, but yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
I just thought it was great. Come on, a tortoise skateboarding. I should try that with my turtle.
There you go.
Although she probably just tried to butt my fingers instead.
It's radical.
What if Blabs?
Huh?
What if
I go skateboarding?
No, what if there's a sweet little ramp for that tortoise? It just made its way up and it tried to
What,
jump
a boiling pot of water?
jump over a boiling pot. It tried to Evel Knievel it over the boiling pot of water.
You're
and it didn't
sick.
Let's
make it.
go.
You're sick. I think it's those medications that are messing you up, man.
I'm just saying, could you imagine a little tortoise in an American flag outfit? He's got
America,
a little flag.
fuck yeah!
He's got a flag trailing him on his little skateboard, and it just goes right over and doesn't quite make it. It hit it like it. Not even like halfway. It gets all the way to the end, and then it doesn't quite make it over. It just hits it and falls back in, and you see the tortoise just like, no.
A little pathetic plop.
Oh my God, I love this show. Thank you for allowing my stupidity to shine through on a day-to-day basis. This is great. All right. We do see all your super chats, all your direct donations, and your Rumble rants, including Pyro Rampa says the crab disassembly videos I've seen are near horror flicks with the right music. That's true. Thank you. First off, Pyro Rampa, what are you doing watching crab disassembly videos? Like, how weird.
What do you mean? Doesn't everyone do that?
It's educational.
What's your timeline look like, dude? All right, let's get into it, friends. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. All right, the big news is that, one of the biggest news in the video game industry is the release of Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's not Bonanza, it's Bonanza with an A. And if you try to type it into a Google sheet, it'll tell you that you spelled it wrong because it's Bonanza, like banana. Get it?
You just did that to me.
That's right. Well, I have not played it. I don't plan on buying it. But Phoenix, you did play this last night. And I'm very intrigued to hear what you had to say about this. Now, before we do get into this and your thoughts on it, Mama.
Yes.
You said you have not bought a Switch 2 because you are. Why is that?
Yeah, so I originally was thinking about buying a Switch when it came out because, I've had the original Switch since about 2016, 2017, and I really do love Nintendo and a lot of what they do. However, there's a lot of issues I kind of have with the Switch 2, the bricking of consoles if they think that you're hacking the game key carts, plus the fact that games are going up in price, and I really don't feel like we're seeing quite a lot of improvements. I don't feel comfortable paying $500-$600 for a console and then paying $80, maybe even $90 sometimes for games that won't last that long. So instead, I just emulate using my Steam Deck.
Awesome. Love it. Sounds good. Totally justified. I get it. Totally understand it. I am part of the problem. I did not intend on buying a Switch 2, but my wife stumbled upon one at Target, and now we have one. And we use it. So anyways,
Women be shopping.
Women be shopping.
That's for it always starts with women shopping, doesn't it?
It always does.
Like, I'm over here.
You're welcome.
I'm over here trying to stand on my principles over here, and my wife's like, what would you like? Switch 2? And I'm like, oh yes, I would, because I'm an idiot, All right, so yes.
Don't apologize for it in a 10-minute video and it's complete. But just say, you know what, I decided I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna make content off of it. Do that. Don't be like some content creators and say, guys, I'm apologizing for buying this. I made multiple videos saying I wouldn't do this, and then I decided to buy it. Don't do that. And I think it'll be just fine.
That was Mudahar, right?
That was Mudahar, yes.
Yeah. He's like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's like, okay.
Don't do that.
No, look, this has been a long-standing thing on the show. We all understand, like, everybody here is a hypocrite. Everybody is, right? So just embrace it at a certain point. Okay, well, anyways, so you played this game for a couple hours last night?
About 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
And I don't know, love to hear your first impressions of this, because I asked you for one word to put in the title, and the word you gave was disappointing, which I was legit shocked. I was shocked to hear that.
Yeah, so a lot of people are going to hate me for that. But
yeah.
So I look, I think it all comes down to what your expectations of the game is. So that I never really saw any of the commercial ads. I was kind of staying away from all that stuff. I was hoping that it was going to be kind of a hybrid between Donkey Kong Country Series and Donkey Kong 64. I knew there was some exploration elements, things like that.
By the way, I have your gameplay pulled up if you want to pull it up.
Lovely. Okay. My God, that's a handsome gentleman. But anyway, yeah. So I would say if your expectations were not that, then you might love the game. In the chat, I saw about 60% of people say it was boring. It wasn't for them. That could also just be based on my talents. That's also possible. But then there was like 40% that loved it, that this was absolutely up their alley. So again, depends on how you go into it. Craig, you had mentioned that Mario Odyssey is one of your favorite Mario games ever, correct?
Yeah, Mario Odyssey is a spectacular game, and probably the best 3D Mario game there is.
Okay, so I have a feeling based on that you might really like this game. It's not gonna be groundbreaking. It will never replace Odyssey, but that's what it kind of feels more like. It was more of an exploration with a lot of like mini quests constantly hitting you. See, I wanted to have more of a platforming adventure. I wanted to be more like environmental puzzles, things like that, because there's this mechanic where you can pretty much destroy everything. So I got excited at that, going, oh, okay, so there's going to be some puzzles that involve, manipulating the environment to be able to reach, peak A, whatever. And it wasn't, at least in the first 2 hours. It could very well be that maybe it opens up and it's a different game. I don't know. But for my first 2 hours, I would say I was disappointed based on how I went into it. I think you'd give it a 75 to 80%, Craig.
You think so?
I do. Yeah.
So I know this game was made by the same group of people who did make Mario Odyssey, which is why the similarities are there, right? And just looking, like when you went just a second ago, when you bashed through the ground right there, that was really cool looking to me.
Yes.
I was really impressed by that.
You can destroy everything.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much everything can be destroyed to the point where you don't even know what the hell's happening because the camera can't keep up. Like you can just go, 40 feet below the environment and then make your own tunnels. Like that's the cool part. I wish they focused on that. Instead, it's like you're having fun and then it keeps stopping you. Like, here's a quest thing to do. Talk to this person. Then you have to go here and do this. So it kept stopping me from just having some fun. But if you're into that, if you're into kind of checking off things to do. Someone had mentioned in the chat that it was almost like an OCD simulator because a lot of things to collect. You can, you almost want to like break everything around you. But if you just want straight, more platforming kind of gameplay, you're not going to find it, at least at the first 2 hours.
Well, Donkey Kong 64 has the MO of being one of the biggest collectathons ever. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm look at that guy. Look at him go. That's great. For me, the color scheme in this is really weird. Did you kind of adapt to it? I mean, like when you look at the colors of this, it has that, I hate to use the phrase like marathon kind of color palette where everything is, we kind of talked about this.
It's got a vivid filter on it.
Yeah, like the grass is a bright, vibrant color. Everything else is gray, as you can see. So you tell me you can just like bust on through that whole thing, huh?
Yeah. Not only could you break through those rocks that you just saw, but you could also go down. Like, so you could start pounding the ground. Boy, that's going to get clipped right there. There you go. You can break through the ground below. And I love that element. That's an amazing element. It's just constantly, I'm telling you, it's like 1 minute play loop, stop, talk to this person, go to this goal. 1 minute of fun, stop, repeat. Now, again, look, I didn't even get to the part where you meet the girl yet, the other protagonist in the game. So the game may be exactly what I'm hoping for, but as far as the first 2 hours, it wasn't the best experience for me. I think you're going to see 40 to 50% of people say they're really enjoying it. I think you're going to see 40 or 50% go like, nah, that's not for me. Because I actually don't think it plays well, even for people who are on the fence watching the gameplay. I don't know how much it makes them want to play it. I don't know, though.
I don't know. Chat, what do you guys think? And Mama, your thoughts? You're seeing the gameplay of this for the first time. Does this make you want to pick this up?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. When they said that they were gonna make a new Donkey Kong game, my earliest memories is of course Donkey Kong 64. I also think of other Rare specific games like Banjo and Kazooie. So I guess when I saw this, I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe they're gonna make another another 64, maybe something more like Banjo-Kazooie, when it is going to be somewhat of a collectathon, but it looks like it, because I like collecting things, obviously, as somebody that has autism. Collecting things is fun, but I feel like there's a point where if you have too many things to collect, or maybe it just feels overwhelming, it's just like, I don't know. Do you feel like it was overwhelming when you were going through it? I don't know.
Well, no, the beauty, like, that's the great thing about the anything collectathon. I actually really, I'm not a big collectathon kind of guy, but I'm always happy that they're there for those who enjoy it. So like, that's the great thing in this game. You don't have to necessarily do any of that stuff. But there's like a lot of shops and stuff that you can, like, you have to, like, for instance, mine for fossils in order to buy clothes, for instance.
Okay.
So they do reward you, and so then all of the fashion items do give you perks. You know, for instance, there's one that like helps you swim better and things like that. So they did a fairly good job. Again, I'm really early in the game, but they did a fairly good job of not only giving you collectibles, but rewarding you for that. That it wasn't just aimless. Okay, I got 10 of these bugs, and then that's it. You can actually trade them in and do stuff with them.
I actually have a question for you, Phoenix, about that. So when this game was advertised, they were basically advertising about how much you could customize Donkey Kong, all like different colors and everything like that. Did you bother doing that? Did that annoy you? Did you completely ignore it?
So you know, again, it really depends on whoever is hosting their show doing it. So I like to just whenever I'm doing a show, it's just more for fun for the chat. So I'm just trying to show you as much gameplay as possible. I'm not, you know, spending an hour in one area trying to get every single thing. So no, I was just able to get a couple of clothes here and there. But yes, you can totally customize a ton of stuff. There's a whole wardrobe area that you can change the color of your fur and the clothes and stuff like that. Like I said, I think this is going to be polarizing. I don't think you're going to see. I would expect you're seeing a lot of like 75 scores to like 85. It's in that range is what I think you're going to see.
Well, it's been reviewed very, very well, right?
Okay.
So far, lots of hundreds, nines
Oh,
out
wow.
of 10s, things
Okay.
like that. Yeah. Some say it's the best platforming game ever. I've read that, which is crazy. Now, one also thing, you talked about the destruction of this. I saw this being passed around just a little bit ago. Says the destruction in Donkey Kong Country is incredible. You can end up in some crazy places. So here's an example of this.
Yeah, see, like, you don't even know what the hell's happened with the camera. Like, it's just.
Sorry.
Classic.
Classic meme right there. I also does this make sense as an analogy that I saw this morning? It says played Donkey Kong Bonanza for 5 hours straight.
Yes.
Is this a good analogy? Where it's
the
Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Kirby, and ultimately the biggest thing is Hulk.
I don't get the Kirby just yet. Mario Odyssey, 100%. Zelda, I would actually argue, I think they lifted Tears of the Kingdom environment and actually just inserted it. I was playing and going like, okay, that's just Tears of the Kingdom. Hulk, and 100%. So Hulk, that game, which is actually underrated, it was a big to-do back in the day because it had destructible environments and you could go around destroying things and then kind of using those as weapons. You know, you could break some rock and use that as weapons. So I don't get the Kirby just yet, but the other three, 100%. You're mute.
Totally, Craig.
You know, for me personally, sorry, I was talking to myself. I do feel like this is a game that I will play, and honestly, I'll probably love it.
I think you will. I do think you will.
When I get into playing it, and my kid will love it. You know, if you're combining all these games into one, I'm totally. That sounds like if someone's like, "Look, we're going to take Zelda and combine it with Mario Odyssey and combine it with just." Yeah, I understand the Kirby reference because you can become like an ostrich, and there's like power ups and stuff in this game.
Okay.
But the biggest thing is like Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, right? Ultimate Destruction. If you were to give me this value prop and say it's each one of these games, I'm going to turn it into a singular game, I'd be like, yep, I'm on board. Totally on board. You know?
Yeah.
So. Now, you are not the only person who's been playing this game, Phoenix.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that or not.
I thought it was the only one with the only copy. That's what I thought. But all right.
Well, this has happened, and I got to be honest. This is amazing. Please share my screen real quick. a friend of the show, Blabs, also played this game. What Blabs?
Friend of the show.
Yeah. Why not? So here we are. I was shocked. We're only going to watch about 90 seconds of this. I mean, I'm absolutely amazed by this. Let's check this out. His experience. Mama Akko, do you know Darkside Phil?
Very well. I've done a lot of research into him. I know him as one of the oldest locals on the internet, so I'm very well versed in his lore.
Okay. Well, let's see his experience with Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Again, please support the stream. All right, let's do it. Let's go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It is time for more Donkey Kong Bonanza. We are about to do, what are they calling it? When you find yourself going straight, use Y to...
Phoenix, just for reference, this is the tutorial, correct?
Is that the tutorial? I don't know. I don't think so. I think this is sort of like you start off in the mine area.
Okay, because it says like it's telling you how to play the game.
Yeah. Oh, it's constantly giving you hints. It's constantly giving you hints.
All right, here we go.
Accelerate.
So
the fact he's even got the girl says he's probably fun.
Okay, when you find yourself going
probably
straight, use Y to accelerate. Here we go.
Huh? What do you mean? I don't understand. What the hell's going on? What? They explained nothing. What the hell was that? You're taking my coins when I die? I didn't even know that. It's the first time.
Okay,
I
well,
died.
for starters, for many hours prior, you would know that you don't do any of the things he just did. Like they really trained you on that. Like,
Yeah.
When you see spikes, like do not walk on them, and then don't hit the thorns. So I'm not sure what the hell he's doing.
By the way, this is 8 minutes later. He's still trying to figure it out. So that's the whole idea of Phil over here.
They gave me 2 bananas, but there's no way to stop your momentum, and you just die anyway.
Anyway, so it's classic Phil. Absolutely classic Phil here. Love everything about it. So way to go there, Phil. Way to go there, Phoenix. Congratulations on diving into a little bit of Donkey Kong Bonanza. Maybe we'll get into that another time.
Yeah. That'd be
Can
fun.
I just say, this man was pretty decent at fighting games when his internet presence started. This man, and I'm not going to say like he was a first placer, but he consistently went to fighting games events and did a lot more decent than I would say a lot of other people would. So I'm like bewildered that he is still this bad at video games right now. It's just like,
Maybe he does it on purpose.
some
Yeah,
people
maybe.
think that. I'm willing to believe that he's doing it on purpose just to get attention. I can believe that for sure.
Is he playing 4D chess with everybody? Is
I
Phil
don't think
playing
he's
4D
capable
chess?
of 4D chess. I don't think he can play chess. Period. I mean, I don't know. Just maybe.
He's playing 4D checkers with everybody.
Yes, maybe. Shoots and ladders. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Tenarian says, I know of an American girl that passed out seeing a pot of puffins with their heads hanging out. She was an
Nice.
exchange student that stayed at my aunt's place. Tenarian, sounds awesome. Thank you for that. Also said, there's only one kind of lobster I eat are the langoustines, fresh from the lobster trap. We make a lot of money exporting those to the U.S. Poppy, that's right. There's Poppy for you. Thank you, Tenarian. There's Poppy. Great to see you, Poppy. Thank you very much, Tenarian. Says, what I don't get is how people purposely mistook the Wii U for a Wii, but not the Switch 2 for a regular Switch. They're way more alike than the Wii and the Wii U. Even the packaging looks the same apart from the big 2 on it. Well, Tenarian, that's the issue, is that people are stupid. And the idea of when you sequentially number things, it makes it easier to understand. So having a giant 2 on the side of your console, like the PlayStation 2 or the PlayStation 4, makes it a lot easier for people to understand. So there we go. Joey says it would be funny if someone sent Blabs a DoorDash from Olive Garden.
Good luck. There's no such thing as DoorDash where I live.
In Guam. Blabs, just because Olive Garden isn't mucho primo authentico Italian doesn't mean it tastes bad. People don't go to Panda Express because it's authentic Chinese. They go because it tastes good.
But that's like your opinion, bro. Literally is.
Hey, way to have some logic. and rational thought. Appreciate that.
I am. Listen, I am being
Hold on,
logical.
hold on,
That
hold
is
on.
an opinion.
I was talking to Pokey Elda right there.
Yeah, I'm being logical too. That's an opinion. People can like a Panda Express. They can hate Panda Express. The same thing with Olive Garden.
Delicious. Raziel says, have you or thought to upload a compilation of all the Montez we've had on all the lives? You know, we actually have even more Montezes queued up that we haven't shared with you guys. But let's go and hit our Montez goal today. Let's go do that today. It'll be great.
I got one on Plus. Aramis for one says, people calling Donkey Kong Bonanza Game of the Year. I'd rather wait and see what the real Game Awards have to say by the end of it all. Also, thank you for an amazing week, everyone. Mama Oka, hope you enjoy your time here with Side Scrollers.
So far, I'm surviving. I think it's pretty decent.
Surviving and thriving.
So it's what we do. We hopefully all our guests survive through our nonsense, which is great. Young Stuff says, I'm half Italian. Olive Garden is garbo. It's an insult to my heritage. Also, if I ate there, I think my grandma would haunt me. Ciao, scrollers.
Amen.
It's so good.
Like we're digging into something deeper here. And this is why it keeps getting brought up, Blabs. Are Italians, I'm talking like the entire nationality, right? Are they the biggest food snobs ever? Because I thought it was just a Blabs thing. Apparently it's not. Apparently
no, it's like you keep. Well, here's the thing: you guys keep insisting with the Olive Garden to the Italians, but I'm sure if you did something that would offend, let's say, either I don't know, the Japanese cuisine, German cuisine, whatever it is, whatever like equivalent of Olive Garden is for them, for their cuisines, I'm pretty sure they'd get annoyed with you too. Right?
Okay, here's the issue I have with this, Blabs.
It's too logical for you?
No, because I asked if you wanted to go to another Italian restaurant, a local Italian restaurant, when you were in town.
If it's actually Italian?
And you said
if it's actually
no.
Italian.
You said no, it would be an insult. So that was your words, not mine.
I never said it would be an insult.
Yes, you said it would be an insult to your family.
Oh, listen, if they're claiming to be Italian and they're not actually Italian, I find that pretty insulting.
They are. Who like goes out and is like, I'm an Italian.
Olive Garden. Olive Garden does.
Listen, Mr. Garden started that. Right? And
Giuseppe Garden.
It's really kind of upsetting. Really. Anyways, we'll circle back on this another time. Celestium, because I says I love VTubers and seafood. Wow, Celestium, that's
way to go, champ.
In the Venn diagram of content viewers, you know, that's a pretty unique area right there. Crazy Bat Ninja says Bungie has released a new DLC called Edge of Fate.
Wait, did you just say Bungie? Did anyone else hear that?
It's a French company, so sure.
Bungie.
Bungie.
Bonjour.
Je m'appelle
Close
Craig.
enough.
Comment ça va, G?
If it doesn't do well, I believe that Bonjour. It's destiné.
Hey.
Eiffel Tower croissant.
I have to ask, have either of you played Destiny? Because I used to play
Destiny 2.
Destiny. Oh yeah, I used to play it quite a lot, and I was just like, yeah, I can't co-sign this anymore. I'm done playing.
It's the same thing over and over again. It's the same thing over and over and over again.
And then they delete stuff. It's just like I can't play my favorite campaign, the Red War, anymore. It's like that's what got me really hooked on the game, and it's just like it's gone. They deleted it. It's gone.
Hey, Was says I've slaughtered my own chickens for meat, but I always feel a little sad. That makes me feel better. The thing that makes me feel better is that they have. Oh, damn it! I lost it. Where is it? They've had a great free range life, and I know that no chemicals in my food. Wasp, when you put the little neck of the chicken on the chopping block, do you hope that it looks up at you like that? And he goes, Wasp, please no, and you go, and you look down feverishly and you stare at its eyes with your giant cleaver behind your back, and you slowly make your way down in slow-mo, and as you cross. Sorry, I'm just fantasizing what's going on with the Wasp. Anyways,
having a fever dream.
I know. Golly, I'm waiting for somebody to take these and like bring this into AI, right? Like, Rampa says, my recommends are pretty messed up. Don't know why. I've seen do pillows work as silencers and the proper way to snap a neck. I showed my cousin and she laughed.
Oh, dude, I had to snap the neck of a chick once, like a baby chick, not a person. chick, little thing. And it was awful. I was starting to cry because I did it wrong and the thing was in pain. Dude, it was, I hate it. I was crying. No, I was like, ah! Yeah. It's not fun. I'd rather just go.
And then you finish and you were like, again.
No, I am not one of those weirdos.
Yes.
Hey, Dreg is one of those weirdos. Says, hey guys and gals, happy Friday. Are any of y'all guys keeping track of what's going on with Subnautica 2? Just on the periphery, I haven't really. I've seen some stuff about like a quarter billion dollars being funneled or something, being misused. I have not kept track of that, but maybe we'll dig into that next week. Raziel came in and says, I don't know if you saw the horrible news, but Taika Waititi has been announced as the new. Been announced to direct the new Judge Dredd film. Prepare for Pedro Pascal as Dredd, with him judging kids for bullying people on Fortnite. We did see that news. Thank you.
That'd be kind of funny.
Max Small says, shout out to Normal Man Adam for streaming Donkey Kong Bonanza. I took it more as an Astrobot game type gameplay. Phoenix,
No.
Would that be an unfair assessment, Montez?
Yes. Very big. Unfair. Yes.
Okay. Dan says, all right, I haven't had a chance to play it. I had to pick up my physical copy from the post office. Again, it sounds like a 50-50 for the majority of people. I'll probably like it.
Yep. If you love Mario Odyssey, give it a shot. Like really, really give it a shot.
And I did, and I do,
Yep.
and I will. Mystery says, one more for the Montez goal. Okay, thank you very much, Mystery. Appreciate your support greatly. We are 14 with ADDF Toxic says, I was yelling Montez in full voice earlier. I just realized that one of my windows was actually open. I guess the birds heard me then. Everybody, no, don't do that. It'd be really weird if you just yell.
I got one on
yelling.
Plus just now from West for one saying Blabs was right to turn down Cryog. Italian food in Texas sounds awful.
Don't eat barbecue anywhere else than Texas, though. Okay.
That is life changing. The barbecue there.
Oh yeah, can we go get some pulled pork?
Not from Buc-ee's.
I really like listen. The last time I got the pulled pork though at the Buc-ee's, it was not as good. I think it might have been like leftover, or it was because I waited too long to eat it and it's starting to not be as hot anymore. So, but the one we got was so freaking good. But the other one, I guess like it was leftover.
To be clear, when Blabs arrives in Texas, aside from the first thing saying is, can we go to Buc-ee's? Once she goes to Buc-ee's and actually goes, she buys sandwiches, not to eat then, but to eat like 1 or 2 days later.
No. It was not 1 or 2 days later. It was to eat for dinner that day.
Okay.
Or
well,
lunch
that's what I'm saying.
that day.
Which is later than.
Which is
than
not
when
1
you
or
buy
2
it.
days later, which is exactly what you just said.
But you buy it to eat it right then.
I did.
Not to preserve
I literally did.
and
I bought
nestle it
2
like
of
it's a
them. I
baby
can't
chick
eat 2
who's
at the
neck you're
same
about to-
time. Do I look like a big ass person to you? I'm a bird.
Well, I know. Say you enjoy
I
it.
really
right
just
then.
like pulled pork sandwiches.
I know.
Same.
Sandwiches.
I had a sandwich this morning. It was so good.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Oh my god, that sounds like something that they serve at Bonger.
Yeah.
All right, Bill came in and says, that's not how you murk a chicken, Craig. I watched my great grandma do it. You grab them and you fling them around so they twist and their heads pop off. Great fun, Montez. Thanks, Bill. That's really morbid of you. Abraham Garcia says, glad you got expand your mind, man. Am I
Glad
reading
you
that
got
right?
to expand your mind. I think
Okay,
there's
okay.
a 2 that should probably be there.
There you go. Sometimes my experiences can be scary, man. But you gotta try, and learn about yourself, man.
There's a lot of mans in the sentences.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. I love it. My man, Janichi.
My man, that's his friend.
Yeah, sorry, I had getting caught up in the
man,
man's here.
Janichi.
My man, friend
My
Janichi
broski.
wasn't very happy with my sushi burrito. Well, Abraham, I appreciate that, and thanks. Good luck to your buddy Janichi, who
Your
tried
man
the sushi
friend.
burrito. Yes.
I got one more. Lex on Plus for 2 says, Heathens, Carolina barbecue is king. Hello and welcome, Mama Akko.
Thank you. Very much appreciated.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm glad you're welcome. Mama.
The first half of it. It's the
Awkward.
first half he doesn't like.
I see how it is. Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that. It's good. All right, let's keep talking Nintendo for a second, because one of the big conversations that has kind of popped up out of nowhere over on X has been the conversation about crunch. We've seen this conversation. It's been an ongoing thing over the last decade or so. And crunch pretty much means you're working a lot of extra hours to complete the goal of finishing the game. And oftentimes what happens is they say, hey, the game's going to be released in March. And then all of a sudden February rolls around. They go, oh, the game's half the way done. So we got to bust our ass to get it to the finish line before it's finished up in March or whatever it is, right? And that's what you see, this crunched idea. And then Nintendo has always kind of been immune to this idea mostly because Japanese culture is so much different than American culture. But this has been one of those conversations. If you can pull up my screen over here, Phoenix says buying a Switch 2 and buying, and there's a larger conversation here, which I want to get into, but this is where it all started. It says buying a Switch 2 and buying Switch 2 games are not supporting anti-consumer. They're not equal in supporting anti-consumer practices. It's driving me insane. You say you don't want to spend money on it on one yet. That's fine. You don't have to put yourself on some weird pedestal to do it, right? Okay, that's fine. That's where this whole thing started, and then it went here. It says, but they make video games $80, right? It says Nintendo is one of the only companies, is one of the only video game companies you don't hear horror stories about the work environment from. You consistently see articles about how their staff receives annual pay raises. They don't crunch. They don't have mass layoffs. And then this journalist from Kotaku came in and said Nintendo's crunch culture was literally called Mario time. Now this is a million views over here, right? Now, look, maybe I have a misunderstanding of what crunch is. And let me get to my understanding of this first, then we'll get into this. But my understanding of crunch is a lot of hours in a successive days, more or less keeping you away from living a normal life, right? Where you have deadlines. Deadlines have to be met. Everybody works together to finish those deadlines by a certain amount of time, right? That's my understanding of what you see with video game developers, specifically in the West in the United States, right? Obviously, Japan culture is traditionally very different. There's different labor laws. There's different all sorts of everything. You know, the culture is so different. It's ridiculous. It's an entirely different world. But this is from this article over here. Phoenix says, in those days, Miyamoto would come to us at 11 p.m. after he finished all his board member work and say, it's Mario time. At that point, we'd start a planning meeting that would run until 2 a.m. At that point, Miyamoto would go home, leaving us with the words, you should return home soon for your health. Over the next 2 or 3 hours, we'd write the game design documents and summarize the instructions for our artists and programmers. It was the craziest crunch time that I've ever experienced in my development career. But if the god of games was working so much, could we give up? Could we give up? Miyamoto had incredible stamina here. So they're obviously talking about, they may be talking about right now, who knows? But specifically with Shigeru Miyamoto working till 11 p.m., having these meetings. And then this has obviously put a spotlight on this. He says, moral of the story is not Nintendo bad or Mario time was worth it or Mario Kart shouldn't be $80. Just that reality is more complicated than a fandom that reduces multinational companies to team sports, right? This got me thinking while reading this. First and foremost, the crunch conversation is an interesting one. I think everybody has their own they can make their own decisions on how they want to live their lives, right? But one thing that was said in that, which I think is once again goes to Japanese culture, is you have a leader who is doing business stuff all day, and then he stops down and he continues working, and they're saying he's working this. He has this ridiculous bit energy, and ultimately people want to follow that energy. They want to follow the leader of what's happening. The guy who created Mario, guy who created these games. So, he's leading by example in a lot of these situations. And don't forget in that he also encouraged them to go home, right? He didn't say you need to stay to get this done. He encouraged them to go home. So I kind of feel like there's mixed messages in kind of this reporter saying this, but just your general thoughts on crunch culture. I think everybody does it in every industry ever. It's just called different things. Sometimes it's called overtime. Sometimes it's called crunch. But I would love to hear your thoughts. Let's start with you, Mama Akko.
Well, I know for me, when I used to work as an Amazon driver back in Houston, we did quite a lot of overtime during Prime Week, and it's just like I'm used to occasionally having to pick up more. I know that with game developers, they're not salaried; they all make hourly. Correct? I'm not quite sure. It doesn't.
Not necessarily. Yeah, not necessarily. I would say that
Okay.
there's a lot that certainly are salaried, and they're salaried. They make a ton of money.
Yeah, fair enough. All I would say is just I understand, like, when you have deadlines like that and you promise deadlines like that. Yeah, it really sucks when you have to come to the employee and say, "Hey, we need this done now." And I've seen quite a lot of horror stories of seeing that from game developers and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I've seen it not just with game developers, but with animation studios and with movie studios as well. Like it's all over the place. I think it depends on the culture at the company. Like if your boss is willing to stay late with you and willing to do stuff with you, then I think it depends. It really does depend. Like if I had a boss that was like really cool and really nice, and he's like, "I'm going to get down on the dirt with you," I probably would do a little bit of overtime for him. But if my boss is just like, "I'm going home, you guys have to stay and work," I'd be like, "I really don't care about this. There's no passion here." I don't know. It just depends for me.
Craig, you're out.
Blabs Phoenix, what do you think?
I would say real fast that I think it all depends on the way leadership fosters their company, right? So if you build an environment where you do respect your employees, that crunch isn't just like, yeah, we always add crunch to everything we do, that it just becomes commonplace, then you're going to find that your team, if you've fostered a really good community and a really good team, you're going to find that they want to help out, that they're like, okay, look, hey, because of X circumstance, we need to push a little harder. I think you'll find that 80% of that crew is probably going to get in the mud with you and really help. And especially if they're seeing their leader kind of doing the same or operates in that kind of same manner, they're going to be behind you. So it all depends on the culture of that company that you create. And it sounds like Nintendo in a lot of ways has done it right, where other companies have totally done it wrong. And that's where you see a lot of the horror stories.
So this goes to a larger conversation here, which as I was reading that, I thought to myself, is Shigeru Miyamoto married? Does Shigeru Miyamoto have a kid? I don't know the answers to these things. I don't know much about him privately, right? But that led me to a larger question of like, if he was to do it all over again, right? Some people are wired differently. We've seen this all the time on social media. You see these, we talk about that Bitcoin millionaire who's like, "I'm 43 years old. I got no kids. I got, whatever. I'm rich, whatever. I'm going to, and he looks like a total tool bag, right? And he's like downplaying the idea of having kids and things like that. And as a father, I would trade all the money in the world to make sure my kids are, to make sure my kids are in my life. Right.
Absolutely.
So, there's different perspectives on a lot of things. And I think for a lot of parents, their life truly begins when they had kids, when they had their first child. You have two different lives, one that serves you and then one that serves your kids. And, but ultimately, depending on your belief, you could say you serve God or whatever. But with that said, one that's about you and one that's about your kids. And then once your kids leaves, I think it kind of turns back to you. But do you think that, like if you had the opportunity to make a character like Mario, right? And the caveat was you're going to be world renowned. Everybody in the world's going to know your character, right? They'll, for the most part, associate you with that character. You're going to be the godfather of video games, right? But all it's going to take for you to do that is, endless hours of crunch, endless requirements, no wife, no kids, and you'll make a lot of money, but you really won't have an opportunity to spend it because you're going to be working so much. Like, does that sound like a good trade to you guys? Or like, what would you rather have? The notoriety of creating something like Mario or the family aspect of living a quote unquote normal life?
I think you definitely. Oh, I'm sorry, Mama. You take over.
Oh, I was just going to say, I used to work a job last year that literally ran me ragged, where I worked in a warehouse for 6, almost 7 days a week, and we worked 12-hour days. And it's just like, yeah, I was making twice what I made at my previous job, but I had no life. I was like extremely emotionally drained. And I don't know, if I was put in the shoes of Miyamoto and I knew what the future was, I'd be like, okay, I want to plan an exit strategy so I'm not working 50, 60, 70-hour weeks every single week to make all that money. Because I do think that, like, being able to support yourself and being able to support other people is important. And that's kind of like the mindset I've had for like my early 20s. However, as I'm kind of getting to my mid 20s, I'm understanding it's just like money is good, but if you don't have people to spend it with, you don't have like individuals that you can share it with, it's just not worth it, in my personal opinion. So like I'm in the mindset of I'd like to make enough money so that I can enjoy my life and enjoy the life with others that I want to be with. Outside of that, I really don't care. You know what I mean?
No, that's honestly, you're learning that at a young age, and that's really good for you to know that, right? Like you can have all these material possessions, but at the end of the day, if you don't have anyone to share it with or pass it on to, what's the point, right?
Exactly.
A lot of you guys have a lot of good thoughts on this, so let's go ahead and fire away some of y'all's thoughts. Dave
Real
says,
fast, he is married, by the way, 2 kids.
Yep. Dave says, crunch time in game companies is like this: 80-hour plus a week. Basically 16-hour days, 16 plus hour works. Crunch can be a fun team building activity for short periods of times, but when it goes 6 months, it sucks. I could totally see that. Yes. Yeah. For a short amount of time, few weeks or whatever it may be, really team building and such. Graham says mother-in-law saw my son playing Bonanza and seriously asked, "Where's the donkey? It's just a monkey." Anyways, glad to see my favorite VTuber, Mama Oko, don't tell Kirsche, on side scrollers. Okay, thanks, Graham. Appreciate that. Crunch culture is just normal business for the average Japanese salaryman. It depends on the work cases. So where did I lost
it? Depends, but the worst cases.
Yeah, sorry. We got a new donation came in, dropped it down. Like what we see at the anime studios. Thank you very much, Sparky. Appreciate that. Nathan says main issue people have with crunch in game development is you work ridiculous hours and you're rewarded with no OT pay. And you're all fired. Well, yeah, I could absolutely see why that would totally suck. And you're fired. Mercenary says Miyamoto has a son who works as an entertainment coordinator. He basically does things like weddings and big office party planning, coordinating. Interesting.
It's an odd,
like what a weird, like your dad is the godfather of video games. And you're like, nope, don't want anything to do with it.
But then you could have the opposite effect, like Ubisoft, where like their kids are going off to work on their new subsidiary, and it's like, here, morons, lead. So it's like get 2 of them.
Yep.
I think it depends on how you were raised. I think that if Shigeru is your dad and he like tries to hammer into you what he expects of you as a kid, maybe you wouldn't want to grow up and do the exact same thing he does. It really just depends on the culture of the parents and what they decide to raise their kids with.
Hear that? Hey, give it up for Chili Mad Gunner, who subscribed tier 1 over on Twitch and also gifted 10 subs to our Twitch channel. Hey, thank you very much. We appreciate that. If you guys got gifted a sub, make sure you say a thank you and consider paying it forward. Chili Mad Gunner, thank you very much for those wonderful 10. Tenarian says, by that logic, the Super Nintendo would have been mistaken for the NES. Nah, but it was super back in the day, Tenarian. It was super.
Oh, yeah.
It was so different at the time. Like, trust me, it was different. Tenarian also says actual European Italians are mostly pretty chill about food. They don't really force their ideas on others, but they are pretty picky about their own how their own food is prepared. Thank you, Tenarian. Appreciate that. And Joey just came in with the massive $50 super chat. Thank you very much, Joey. He says, I think when it comes to crunch time in a company, it depends on both culture and leadership. A boss will tell you what they need to do to meet this deadline, but he's going home, leaving you to do all the work. A leader will stay and work with you. I'm with you, Joey. I'm with you on that. I think it's a really, really a smart way to look at it.
I got a couple of plus tips real fast. Spoon Ninja, for one, says, you need a role model to inspire you. We need more of that. Future for 10 says, Craig, go to Cloudcroft NM, eat at Mad Jack's Mountaintop Barbecue. While in the area, head down to Alamogordo and visit the Museum of Space History. There's some tourist tips for you.
Okay.
Crumbs for 10 says, I'm not familiar with Mama Akko, but I'm happy to see more VTubers on this show. Just one step closer to Craig's 2D debut. Resistance is futile, become VTuber.
I saw that. It was good. So are you gonna do a female model, or are you gonna stick with a male one? I'm curious.
I think I want to do both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think if I was gonna do one, I'd want to do like some bouncy girl, or maybe start with a boy and then transform.
Oh, like
and
Ranma.
I don't know how that works. I don't know the first thing about it. I am a total tourist in it, but it's really funny. So I think it would be a funny bit for the show. So
That would be very funny.
Christian, for one, can you share my screen, Phoenix? He made this real fast. I thought it was freaking hilarious.
Let's go. There it is. All right, nice. That's what I'm talking
Aramis,
about.
for one, says, lead by example is the core I learned on my first leadership position. No one will roll up their sleeves and dig faster than seeing their boss already in the ditch.
Right. And BP came in with the 5, says, I love Mario Odyssey, and I've been enjoying Bonanza so far. The destructible environments open up a lot of exploration. Thank you, BP. Mercenary says, I don't think DSP can play Candyland. Phil says, is Phil playing 60 chess? Remember that one fat YouTuber who lost all the weight? Joey says, well, there is mail. Thank you, Joey. All right. Once again, we see all your supers. We will get to them before the end of the show. We are 2 yellow supers away from our goal of Montez for the day. Let's go knock that out, baby. But first, the big trending news today is that finally, the big late night shows is going kaput. And that is the master propaganda himself, Stephen Colbert. Their show will be ending next year with CBS retiring the late night franchise. Phoenix is literally pumping his fist in the air.
So excited.
Why are you so excited?
Because he's about as funny as Crib Death. He is the worst.
Oh my God.
The worst of the worst. He's not funny at all. He represents the worst of television, and it's nothing but propaganda. So there's nothing of any value other than watching him leave and be responsible for the legacy ending. That's the only value I'm seeing in this.
Well, it says this move is purely a financial decision against a challenging backdrop and late night television, and is not related in any ways to the show's performance, content, or other manners. Well, maybe
right, because that's logic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure, Jan.
We were doing great, but we're going to cancel it anyway. We don't want to make that money.
Don't have enough money. Sorry, bro.
This obviously, a lot of people immediately went to this last year. You remember this during the COVID era and the vaccine. You see what they did? Oh my God. Flash posted this, and I gotta be honest. Look at you. Even today, Blabs is like, ugh.
It's so lame. It's just so lame. Who thought that this was no, seriously, think about the process of getting this to television and recording, going live and everything. You had to script the dance, the outfits, the little assets on the screen. All these things were approved. Oh my God, the stupidity.
The fact that they went and you're right. Look at that. They have dancing things on their floor.
Exactly. Like all the lighting, every little thing had to be decided on and approved to be greenlit. Like, huh?
Oh, you see, let me dance with you to our scene about to our show about vaccines. Okay. Which, look, there's a lot here, right? There's a lot here, and we can dance on the grave of Stephen Colbert all we want. As a matter of fact, we'll kind of let's go and watch how he broke the news here to his audience in New York City here.
Oh, hey everybody.
Okay, I can't do it.
Thank you.
There's nothing worse. Nothing worse. Like you hear about tropes. When a long time ago, I'm talking like within 2 weeks of me starting my career online, I was like, I'm never doing that. I'm never doing that. And I'm sure you can find footage of me doing it, but if I did, it was mostly tongue in cheek because it's such a stupid, oh, hey, I didn't see you there. It drives me crazy. And the fact that this is a late night host doing this in 2025. Ugh.
Oh, hey everybody.
And you hear the laugh. Sheep. Sorry. Just drive me crazy.
We got a great show for you tonight. Senator Adam Schiff was my guest. We harmonized on 7 Bridges Road. What a voice. I cried. But Before we start the show, I want to let you know something that I found out just last night. Next year will be our last season. The network will be only.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Party time! Let's go. Celebration.
Late Show in May. And
They're so mad.
yeah, I share your feelings. It's not just the end of our show, but it's the end of the Late Show on CBS.
So he destroyed the legacy of this time slot so bad that they're like, we're not even going to replace you.
That's
We're just
insane.
gonna end the whole thing.
We're
The
not going
whole
to try
thing.
an online model. We're not going to do any of that. It's just that's it. Let's nuke it.
Yep, just nuke the whole
Yep.
stinking thing. Now, here it is right here. It started with David Letterman, obviously in 1993. Letterman had a killer run. This is once again, we also need to understand that this is a different time, right? The internet didn't exist. There wasn't many alternatives as there are today. You know, the internet with infinite alternatives. Whereas, you know, back when the Late Show started, it was you know, the internet was just starting up. Cable TV was still a very novel thing. And then cable TV expanded that, and here we are. So it's finally being canceled, and you know, we have the run of the actual ratings here for the shows itself. And here you go, Stephen Colbert right here, Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Percent share at a 9% share right here, which is good. The average number of viewers, I don't really know what any of this means, but I mean, it was kicking the crap out of Jimmy Kimmel, and it's certainly kicking the crap out of Jimmy Fallon. So the fact that CBS is like, yeah, we're going to get rid of this, that doesn't bode well for Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel at all.
Oh, I'm getting orgasmic. If we can get a trilogy fucking here, I'm gonna have a good day. That'd be nice.
They're both from different news stations, aren't they? Like, yeah, one's ABC, one's NBC. Yeah,
They're
I
from
don't know.
different networks,
NBC,
yeah.
CBS, ABC. The only people I feel bad for are like the crew behind the scenes who don't really have a say in anything, right? And now they just lost their jobs. Like, that's shit on them, and I'm
Good.
sorry for them. Wow,
I
damn,
have
Phoenix.
fucking principles. Yeah, no.
I mean,
no,
yes,
I
you're
don't feel
right,
bad for
principles,
shit.
but like, it is shitty. It is very shitty for them to go and have to go and find a new job. Is that like a circle jerk wank off going on over there? Fair.
I don't know. I think I do think that some people probably are just like, this is my job. I kind of have to suck it up. I'm kind of just here.
Yep.
I do think some other people are just like, I agree 100% with all this. I'm here because I want to be here. I mean, like, the thing is, there are a lot of people that I'm sure that if they had social media presences, they'd be like, yeah, I really enjoy this show. I really enjoy working for all this. So I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 because I'm sure some people didn't really want to be there and this is their job. Some people, they want to be
trying to make a living.
I don't know.
Well, I wanted to tie this into a larger thing. Obviously, we saw the vaccine, nonsense with Colbert, and like, it is impossible to argue that was not propaganda, like paid for and bought by these companies, right? Impossible to argue that. But we talked about this briefly, where I was watching Saved by the Bell yesterday or a couple days ago, and I brought up an episode where I realized as I was watching, I was like, holy propaganda, Batman. And it brought me to this episode here called Pipe Dreams. And the synopsis to this was, the gang is overjoyed when oil is found in Bayside's football field, and they dream of being rich. However, they soon realize that everything has a price, right? Now, we have some stills from this episode here. There's a duck that is a big part of this episode here. And this is Becky the Duck, where Zach takes home Becky the Duck, and Zach is changed forever here. Blabs, you ever seen this episode before?
Can't say that I have.
Mama, you ever seen Saved by the Bell at all?
Unfortunately, I don't think that's one of the shows that my dad showed me when I was a lot younger. So
You are
probably
missing
not.
out. Missing out.
It's
I've seen a fair few of them. I just don't remember this one.
Yeah.
So Becky the Duck, big part of this show, this episode here, right? Big part of it. Mr. Belding, all happy, right? And this is kind of where it goes. Now, there's a screenshot later where, spoiler, the oil There's an oil spill. Becky the duck dies. It is major news. And it really comes off as like this entire propagandist, like oil is bad episode, especially after watching it. It's crazy, which got me thinking about other episodes of Saved by the Bell and TV that I grew up with that were also straight up propaganda. Look no further than Saved by the Bell. Does everyone remember season 3, episode 21? There's no hope with dope. You remember this one, Phoenix?
I do. Yeah.
Is that a gang one? A drug one? Gang one.
No, that's
A
when I
drug
think
episode?
Jesse.
Maybe there's gangs in it. I don't know.
Isn't
Right.
it when Jesse meets like a
Yes, a famous film star comes to Bayside to shoot an anti-drug public service announcement. The gang are enchanted by him, but when they go to his party at the house, they discover, guess what? He's using all the good stuff here. So you can see here, like, and by the way, this is like an actor. He's just like hanging out in school or whatever. It's kind of weird, but that's him, and kind of a good-looking dude in the 90s here. And they end up getting in a fight, and hijinks take place, and at the end they do this big NBC no hope with dope thing, which, look, hey, it is kind of is what it is, so saw that. And then they had this big thing with the NBC president here at the end. It's like, hey, dope is bad, drug free America, right? You remember that one, Phoenix?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Blabs, do you ever see that one? No hope with dope?
Listen, I can't remember specific episodes of Saved by the Bell. I just remember watching it as a kid.
Yeah.
So I'm useless here.
Well, what
Just
about
one quick, really one fast, like, just glaring, like, thing that just stands out is, like, this is a children's show.
Yes.
Stephen Colbert with his little vaccine thing is actually doing the same thing with adults. That's what makes it even more cringy. Like, it's the same tone of just talking down to your audience. At least this is 13-year-olds,
Yeah. Well,
yeah, but those 13-year-olds are adults now. They need to be talked to the same way, according to the people.
Good point.
There's also this from the hit series Family Ties in the 80s. Rainforest keeps falling on my head. As Jennifer's science class is studying ecology and saving the environment becomes an obsession for her.
It was an obsession. I remember this episode so well, and I don't even really remember like the whole episode stuff. I just remember the feeling of absolute annoyance watching this episode. It was so it dragged on forever. She was all upset about the plastic in the ocean. She was just whining and being such a bright little thing to her mom. Oh my god, it was nauseating. Yeah.
Then there was also, and this is a little bit more recent, Arthur.
Yep.
As one of the main characters, Mr. Ratburn.
Yeah, he's the professor, the teacher.
This episode.
Yeah, it just kind of randomly came out as gay.
Yep.
That's the cartoon, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So this and like, here's the thing: there was never anything about like Mr. Ratburn being gay or straight or whatever, but like it shouldn't have been in there anyway. It's a children's thing. Why is like his marriage have to do with anything about the children's show? And then all of a sudden, bam, he's gay now.
Yeah, I remember this. There was a lot of I remember because I didn't have a lot of cable when I was a kid, mostly because when my mom was divorced, she focused on the essentials, and so we had PBS. And I remember watching a lot of Arthur as a kid. And when I saw that this was a thing, I was like, "It's a kids show. Like kids aren't really supposed to like worry about marriage. They know that moms and dads are like together, but like this is a topic that kids should not be focused on at all." Like you can find out about that stuff when you're 17, 18, whatever, but like why in a kid's show right now? And it really bothers me.
Yeah, like it should be like the parents talking to kids about like, some people are gay, some people are lesbian. It shouldn't be the TV show teaching them this shit. Like what?
I agree, especially since not all, because here's the thing is Arthur had this thing where it taught lessons and parents could trust Arthur because it was a show that built itself up as being a trustworthy source, along with a lot of these other kids shows. And when you have that trust built up and parents can say, okay, I know that Arthur is something that won't rot my child's brain. It's been on PBS. I trust PBS. I'm just going to sit them down there and I'm going to walk away. And then you might come in and see this. You're like, am I missing something? Is there something that like I need to pay attention to? Because this is wrong. This is wrong, and I can't believe this was like. Again, I think a lot of parents started having a wake up moment to be like,
Yep.
ooh,
Like,
is there more?
I had the same thing with as you. So when I was a child, I didn't have cable for a good chunk of my childhood. So it was really just PBS. So it was Arthur and Cyber Chase, and my mom like trusted the PBS kids shows to not like give me brain rot. So when this all happens, I remember my mom being furious because like she'll watch Arthur to this day. Like if it's on TV, she's like, "Oh my God, Arthur!" You know, she thinks it's adorable. But then she's like, "This is not Arthur. It's like some 21st century, like post 2015 or whatever Arthur." And she's like, "That's not Arthur." And she'll like get rid of it off the TV. Like it's hilarious. No, nobody likes the new modern day slap.
No.
Well,
no.
we do have the whole thing that spawned this entire conversation was this tweet that I saw earlier. We talked about Captain Planet yesterday. Blabs, I know you saw this. Mom, I know you saw this. This is the most blatant form of propaganda in a kid's show. I mean, outside of it being Captain Planet. But watch what is said here.
Remember that the Earth's resources are limited.
You do not need to have a big family.
Because all the world's people are your brothers and sisters. The power is yours.
Like,
to
look
end
at that
civilization.
We need that clipped. See, the power is yours.
Bill Gates, is that you?
To live a sexless, unmeaningful universe. Yay.
Like the idea that they stop down and they literally turn and address you, the child.
You do not need to have a big family.
You don't need that at all. Why would you need a big family?
Because all the world's people are your brothers and sisters.
Can I just say, I'm surprised that the Asian girl didn't say you don't need to have a big family because of China. I'm sorry. I'm just like, why didn't she say it? She's probably used to that.
All valid, totally understandable. Yes.
Oh, you got a daughter? Oh, you don't need that. Adoption.
Wow. Well, it's amazing to see the propaganda here. And I said this over on X, is when you're a kid, you truly don't understand the messaging in these shows. Like, it's a 0% chance that you understand what you're looking at here. And especially when they, like, the fact that they did this shot purposely and had them looking at the camera to the child. You don't need that big family. What are you doing? What are you talking about? There's limited Earth resources here. What are we doing here? You know, it's bizarre and honestly, like, pretty shameful to look back on this. So there's some propaganda for you guys that we've kind of looked through and found for you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that and realized that everything you know is a lie.
Very sad one.
Sad lies indeed. Hey, you know what's not sad is the exceptional news that Dave came in with the 10 US, says game dev task scheduling and production schedules in game development is hard. Correct, Dave. Game development is tough. And Marius came in, says, did somebody say Montez? We did.
Hey.
That's right. We hit the Montez goal today. Phoenix, give us some Montez.
Pitch. Montez!
Spectacular.
I love the electrocution sound with her.
That is truly like the fact that it just falls in. I like not having any say over which Montez we get to see, by the way. Just I love that. Love everything about that. So maybe she was trying to jump over the hot boiling pot of water and she ended up down in the electric seaweed here. So
We'll never
all
know.
right. What's that?
We'll never know.
We'll never know. That's right. We'll never know. All right, man, let's keep going. Okay, we got, geez Louise, we got more stories to get to. You guys have been busy with your supers today, and we are eternally grateful for your support today. I did want to get a couple from earlier in the show real quick before we move onto our next story here. Mozambique Enjoyer said, dang it, I lost it. Where are you, Mozambique Enjoyer? There it is. It says, the Olive Garden thing is like trying to get a German to drink Bud Light. Okay. Azahara says, every time you break pasta in half, an Italian loses their wings. I cut my spaghetti with a knife into smaller bits, more surface area for sure. How do you feel about that?
This is for sauce, not for sure.
for sure.
Oh, for fuck.
Taker says, I'm really looking forward to the immigration themes in Alien Earth. I can't wait to see Pa Kent sitting on the porch with a xenomorph giving advice.
Let's go.
Wasp says, don't cut the heads off chicken to kill them. You put them in a cone, okay? And use a cone to cut the carotid artery so the heart pumps the blood out and doesn't spoil the meat.
Good Lord. Okay.
Pretty fucked up, Montez. Just saying, thanks for your food care tips. Bike Short says, I just need money, man. I need to eat and buy anime figures. I almost lost hope finding a woman to match my freak. Right, Bike Shorts, you certainly are. Marius says, Colbert hasn't been funny since the Colbert Report. Dancing back shots is going to be a war crime. Yeah. Wasp says, I think putting my testicles in a blender would be less painful than watching Stephen Colbert.
I've tried
Oddly
it. It's
specific.
Yes.
It's oddly accurate. Yes.
Self-report.
Yeah, no joke. Dude. Wolf and Wing says, a den of cringe and gee. Game Hunter says, still writing scenarios for the Asmongold Kirsche JRPG. I will always. It will be a love letter to the fans of anime and gaming community. I'm dying in a dying world where Asmongold Kirsche and Cassie get Isekai. Okay.
Isekai. It means you go to another world. You die and you go back to another world.
I hope she gets it.
Hello.
Mm-mm.
I got a couple plus tips. Skeptical Luigi for 3 says that bit looks like the one Hassan with his goons in the background. Crumbs for 1 says, glad to see people that hate this garbage as I do. Late night TV has been trashed for years and Colbert was the worst. And then Lex for 5 says, I gave a drive to my son with Looney Tunes, Thunder and Barbarian, and the old D&D cartoon, Three Stooges, etc. for my grandson so he'll grow up without the modern crap. Way to go, Lex.
Amen. I love Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, quick reminder that today's episode is brought to you by you guys. So join us over at sidescrollersplus.com. Use promo code $. Get your first month with us for only $1. You get access to all the great stuff you see on screen, all of our partners, all of our shows, and all of our premium events, special events that we have going on there. We'd love for you guys to join us. Use promo code $. Today and join us over at sidescrollersplus.com. We'd really genuinely appreciate it as we're closing in on 1,000 members over there. We would love for you guys to join us. All right, let's go to another story here. Let's talk esports. Everybody loves esports, and by everybody I mean nobody. There's a very distinct audience for esports. It has not taken off here in the United States as they had hoped. This is just, it is what it is. But I'll tell you what, one game that has done exceptionally well and has had a long life cycle, and that is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I love this game. I've always loved this game. I probably put 1,000 hours into PUBG. I streamed this many times when it was at its peak. I could go in and play it right now and have a great time and have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing. Could I win? No. But it'd be super duper fun and we make it entertaining. With that said, PUBG Mobile is even bigger than PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. But here we are, a player here for the PUBG Mobile team who went as the name of Hitler. And he has since now seen the error of his ways and now apologized and changed his name from Hitler to Henry.
To Henry.
I have to ask, is this like his in-game name or is it?
Yes, yes, it is his in-game name. It would have been a lot funnier if he named his name. He changed his name to Adolf instead. But he said, "Hey everyone, I want to sincerely apologize for my previous esports ID and apologize to everyone who's hurt by it. It was highly insensitive and hurtful, and I used it without fully considering the weight of the historical pain associated with it. It was never my intention to offend or glorify anything that." Hold on. It was 100% his intention to offend somebody, right?
He's a PUBG player. Of course he's going to do it to try and offend somebody. What do you mean?
Of course. Good Lord. I've changed my esports ID to Henry. Thank you to those who helped me realize this. I'm committing to making sure I represent myself in the esports community with more awareness and respect moving forward. What's also interesting about this Well, I mean, I I just like, well, just mild suggestion. Maybe just don't name yourself Hitler, to start. Probably a good idea. Except for the problem is that his team name. Did you see this, Phoenix?
No, I didn't.
Mama, have you seen this?
I have not. What is it?
The team name here, Blabs, was Team Aryan.
Oh no!
Let's go! Woo!
And of course they're not white. It's always non-white people that are the most racist. It's so funny.
So like that's like, wow. Pretty amazing. Now they also have since Hitler has gone on and changed his name. They have gone on and they have now realized the error of their ways, and they've now changed their name from Team Aryan to now the rolls off the tongue Team AXTMG, which just rolls off the tongue just about as well as
arguably even more offensive. Yeah, just
yes.
Is that like an acronym?
I don't know. I guess it's just a bunch of letters thrown together. That's the thing. Like, nobody has any idea what these team names mean. They could be called like the Rockets or I don't know, the Gas Chamber. But they just
there it is. There it is.
Sorry, that was offensive, and I apologize for that. But
we just fart a lot, guys. That's it. We just fart a lot.
Yeah, it's good. Vij in the chat has some interesting things, but we're not going to pull that up. Thank you for that. So, look, I think they realize the error of their ways. They think it's look, they're PUBG esports players. I think you nailed it there, Mama. Like these are 19, 20, 21-year-old dudes.
Some of them are, yes, for sure.
I'm sure they all just want to offend everybody.
Well, I would say when it comes to some of these esports teams, especially since interest in them is waning down, I imagine some of them just want to do whatever they can to get attention. I mean, like, that's pretty common in the space, say something offensive, do something offensive. People are going to put their eyes on you. I'm going to be honest, because I've never heard of these guys before, like yesterday. I don't know how successful it was, but yeah, this is not an uncommon thing to do for people that want to get attention.
Yeah.
Especially today.
Well, you can let's see. I looked up their name. They were playing as little as a week ago. I mean, they were playing enough on YouTube for there to be a live stream of them. So they I don't know, at a certain point they got to kind of look at this and be like, yeah, maybe we should name our team Team Aryan. Here we go. This is the PUBG Mobile. This is the road to the EWC. This is them playing right here. Obviously exceptional at playing PUBG Mobile of all things. But good for them. They're, I guess, I don't know. What do you say to that? Is it good for them or is it bad for them? By the way, this game looks like shit. This game's huge. This is PUBG Mobile.
Oh, is it mobile? Holy crap. Because that does not look like PUBG. What the heck? That's not.
They obviously
PUBG.
have all their shades down, everything. Yeah.
I guess.
My oh my. There we are. All right. Well, so there you go. Let's go and move on from that story because just a fun little quick hit for you. Blabs, any thoughts on that?
I feel like we need to play the clip of the rat race again.
Oh
From
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah. All right, geez, we have a lot of. There you go, Wolf and Wings. Thank you, Wolf and Wings, for that. I don't know if that's the case, but all right. Do not redeem. I said, do not redeem. There you go. Thanks, Rod. Appreciate that. Modest Rat came in with the 10. Says, hey, bada bing, what I miss. The commies will corrupt everything. Also, Leaf didn't recognize you with your big assets. That's not Leaflet. Also, Blabs, you're fired. Still a cucumber for tacos. Arrivederci, mi amigos. That's right. Thank you, Modest Rat. Appreciate your support. All right. Making sure we're going through here and reading all these. Okay, cool. We'll get to the rest of those here in just a minute. First, I'll tell you what. I saw this and I thought to myself, I like it. Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Blabs. Have you ever seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure before?
I can't say I've ever watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
you ever seen anything Pee-wee's Playhouse? Pee-wee anything?
Don't think I've ever have. I think we've had this
Really?
conversation before. Yeah, yeah.
Missing out.
I have.
Oh,
It was
now
a
we're
great-
talking.
Oh, it was I loved that movie, dude. When I was a kid, again, like I said, my dad showed me a lot of funny movies. This was one of them. We watched it so much, my mom got so annoyed with it because Pee Wee Herman was just kind of like really annoying to her. I remember this movie so well. This guy just wanted to get his bike back. He went all the way to the Alamo, and he's like, "Where's the basement?" No, they don't have a basement at the Alamo.
That's
So
right.
good.
That's right. The entire premise of the movie is he needs to get his bike back, and he was told that his bike was in the basement of the Alamo. And then when he finally arrives at the meet and greet, I think her name was Jordan Sweeney or something like that. The lady who he asked, she was a tour guide. He says, "Does the Alamo have a basement?" And he's promptly laughed away because the Alamo does not have a basement in it. But good news from the Alamo Twitter handle, just announced in celebration of the 40th anniversary of Pee-wee's Big Adventure this summer, the Alamo has officially acquired the original on-screen screen-used stunt bike from the film. It is returning to the Alamo for real. What a great day.
Bless.
Mama,
Bless.
how you feel about that? How does it make you feel seeing that?
I think it's awesome. We finally got the bike in the basement. It's finally there.
What a big day, huh? Tell you what.
That's fantastic. I love
Now,
it.
if you've ever been to, has anybody actually been to the real Alamo before? Besides me?
Nope.
No. The Alamo is tiny. When you're like, you will pass it if you don't know what you're looking for. It's just on a street corner, pretty much to the left of this, maybe another 25 feet is like a major metropolitan street. But what, the one thing I thought about was really funny is they got the bike next to like this wonderful Sabre Santa Ana's freaking wardrobe over here, and just right in the middle, it's got this crazy ass bike over here right in the middle.
Fitting.
It fits. It's beautiful. Listen, sometimes you need to break away from the seriousness, and that lion bell, perfect way to break away from the seriousness. All right.
How many people are going to want to sit on that bike, man? That is, by the way, it still looks really good. Like, that's kind of a dream bike, if I'm being honest. That looks
It's
really,
very
really
pretty.
Cool. Yeah.
I love it.
That's pretty great stuff. Blaz, maybe we should watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure over on Plus someday.
All right, that's a good idea. That was also Tim Burton's first movie, Blabs. I don't know if that means anything to you, but that was his first.
I mean,
Is it really?
Yeah.
doesn't really bother me about Tim Burton or not, but I'm down.
Oh, Mercenary's excited. It says the bike is returning to the Alamo. The world is healing. Here's the thing. It never actually was at the Alamo. That's the thing people don't realize. It was never at the Alamo at all.
Finally got there. We finally reunited.
It was never united in the first place.
Excuse me, finally united with the Alamo.
Well, yes, it is a great thing. I think everybody can agree on, and a great story. So the bike will have will be permanently displayed in the future Alamo Visitor Center and Museum, opening in fall 2027. So we're still a year away from this, but you can be among the first to see it later this year during the limited time showing inside the Ralston Family Collection Center. We'll also be hosting a free public screening of the film in the newly reopened Plaza de Valero. Until then, don't worry, the bike will be stored for safekeeping, maybe in the basement. That's great. Full details coming soon for the pre-movie screening and limited time viewing this area. That's great. That's awesome. Love everything about that. What a great story. Congratulations to the Alamo for getting the word out there about that.
Great marketing too. That's a great way to get attention, and with the new thing they're doing there, I think it's perfect. It was a very smart team they had.
Yeah, you wonder how much they paid for this. I mean, this is definitely a marketing expense for the Alamo, and you would think they're going to see probably a bunch of 30 and 40 something year old dudes taking their families to go see
Guaranteed.
Pee-wee's bike. I gotta be honest. I've been to the Alamo once. Once you see it, you realize it's pretty boring. After that, now you have no reason to go, except now to go see Pee-wee Herman's bike from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So
yeah.
Blabs, I don't think you're really truly gathering what a big deal this is.
I really don't. It looks like a very nice bike, though, I have to say.
Hey, all I know is that I can do this. The stars at night are deep, big, and bright.
They're down in Texas.
That's right. That's right. And everybody in Texas will clap. That's exactly how it works. So, Carmick over here in the chat. It's not a big deal. This is a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a big deal to Commodore fans. This huge Pee-wee fan. This is awesome sauce.
Amen.
Mercenary says, wait, Tim Burton made a Big Adventure? That explains a lot of the movies, including the truck driver lady.
Oh, yeah.
Much more respect.
Large Marge, yeah.
Can we talk about Large Marge for a second?
Let's do it. That's why I agreed to this job.
Blabs.
I thought we would always talk about Large Marge.
Blabs, Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Maybe the scariest thing for a 10, 11, 12-year-old child to see.
40, 50. It's pretty much scary to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Phoenix, can you set this up really quick? Who is Large Marge?
Well, I mean, I really don't want to. I kind of want to give it let it be a surprise.
Can I at least show the screen of Large Marge's face?
Can you? Are you going to show the scene?
No, not the scene.
In the
but
truck?
Okay. Do you see what I have right there? What I pulled up?
I see it. I see it. You ready?
Blabs, this is all you need to know about Large Marge.
Ew. It looks like what's his face's name getting electrocuted in Home Alone.
Classic.
A little bit.
Classic Large Marge.
Oh my gosh, that brings back so many memories.
But Blabs, like the way it is, like I think she was, if I remember right, she was like a truck driver. And she's just, it's just a normal casual scene where Pee-wee Herman, the main character, and he's just, trying to get a ride. And then this happens, no one was prepared for that. I remember being a kid and shitting my pants. It was horrifying. Yeah.
It's spectacular. It's a great scare right in the middle of the movie. It's absolutely wonderful. All right, man. So what a great way to end the week, huh? We could have talked about Pokemon cards being robbed, or we got a bunch of Pokemon stuff, or, Roblox having to face scan you to play the game, or the super viral thread. We never got to the paranormal investigator. We need more time on the show. We do. We ultimately do.
We need to have ghost stories one time, by the way. I would like to do that.
Yes, I would. All right.
Yeah, like our own personal little ghost stories.
Now, Blabs, you're going to post all the stories that we didn't hit this week over on Plus,
Actually, yeah, they're gonna be scheduled for tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I'm right in the middle of scheduling it.
Okay, so if you'd like to see the stories that we didn't hit this week, you guys can find them in a blog post for free, available over at sidescrollersplus.com. Once again, if you'd like to become once again, that's for everybody. There are free supporters over there, and we'd love for you guys to join us over on Plus as well, because we do a lot of free stuff over there, which is great. But once again, if you'd like to join us, use the promo code DOLLAR. That's dollar, DOLLAR. You get access to all of our stuff. Just $1 for your first month, which is great. All right. Thank you guys very much for your support today. Really, really great, including Pokelda. Says Colbert will soon be Colbert will still. I can't even talk. Colbert will soon be unburdened by what has been. Thank you for that.
That's funny.
Reese says, I used to love watching Letterman on CBS and top 10 lists, stupid pet tricks, and 2-week-long meme with Dick Assman.
Yeah.
Hello, there you go. Great stuff right there, Reese. Mercenary says, I remember Saved by the Bell from little kids to college. When going back on it, it was terrible with the propaganda. Mary says, I won't go as far as to say as Colbert was never funny. Just watch the suck my dick bit from the Colbert Report. Just tell me that ain't funny. He just got infected with the woke mind virus. Yeah, he got crossed over. Commodore Penn says, do y'all remember the 80s and 90s when arcade games had the FBI logo that says winners don't use drugs? Even RoboCop made fun of it. Yes. Derek says, I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine for years, but season 8, episode 1 was the most cringe, woke, pandering pile of bullshit garbage I've ever seen. Haven't watched a single episode since. The whole show was ruined for me. I don't remember that episode, but I do remember there was a point watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because I watched it with my wife, and it may have been season 8, episode 1. I don't quite remember what happened, but I remember it leaving a bad taste in my mouth as well. And I think we actually did the same. I think we turned it off. So Mercenary says Ted Turner turned Robot Chicken Captain Planet sketch. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Character assassination, check the writers. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. I did actually do a little digging on the writers of those Saved by the Bell stuff. And something I didn't mention when we were talking about it a minute ago. The guy who was writing those, there was one common writer on both those episodes. And at the time of writing it, once again, this is a show that is meant for children. Guess the age of the guy who was writing those episodes.
Like 50, 53.
70.
Oh, geez. 30s?
You would think he'd be like in his 30s, right? Maybe 20s, right? He's trying to be relatable to kids. Blabs Phoenix, you're closer. He was almost 60 years old when he was writing these things. Almost 60 years old, writing for kids. That guy Gus says we lost SWAT cats to the Captain Planet nonsense. Never forget, never forgive. Really? Oh man, that's rough. Jayton, the performer, says, Craig, find that clip of you as Captain Internet saying the power is yours and soundbite it. Oh, that's right. I did play Captain Internet back in the day. I remember that. That was fun. See if we can find that. Thanks, J10. Wass says, remember when conservative commentator Steven Crowder had to do the Kwanzaa rap as a kid for the author show? No, I did not. I don't remember that at all.
Yes, he was what's his name? The Brain. He was one of the voice actors for The Brain when he was a kid. I remember that. He doesn't like to let you live that down, by the way. He'll always remind people.
Okay. Mercenary says, I actually know a German who loves Bud Light. There you go. Nice Mercenary. Like Blabs could love Olive Garden maybe someday. St. D says, shouldn't the bike be in the Alamo basement? So I can tell you the ghost stories I had in the house I lived in as a kid in LA in Inglewood. That's from the Cap, just saying. And Wolf and the Wings came in with a thumbs up and the big old muscles. Love to see that, Wolf and the Wings. Appreciate your support.
I got a couple plus tips. Lex for 3 says, Mama Echo keeps winking at me.
Yep.
Lando for 1 says, large Marge walked so Beetlejuice could run. And then Future for 4 says, explosion at LA police training facility. Yeah, I saw that.
Wild. Oh, well, pull it up real quick. Let's see what's going on with that.
Okay.
Yeah, pull it up. Young Sky says, Craig, how dare you bring up Texas barbecue without mentioning Memphis, Tennessee barbecue? We have some of the best barbecue in the hood. Yeah. Disgrace on your cows. Young Sky. Okay, that's fine. It ain't Texas, though.
It ain't Texas, though.
It ain't Texas.
Texas was amazing.
I'm just saying. It's not just me saying it.
Yeah.
Blabs, what do we have?
I'm still trying to find it. This was like over an hour ago.
This is breaking news.
From an hour ago.
Yes.
Oh, I'm still trying to find it.
Oh, okay.
I was saying I saw like over an hour ago. So don't mind me.
Okay, but there was an explosion.
Supposedly, yeah.
Okay.
Here it is. Okay.
Don't let us in a whimper, Blabs.
What?
Okay, what do we got?
3 people have died after a possible explosion at a Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department facility. Jonathan Hunt is on this story. Jonathan, I hold my breath here. Law enforcement. What is this? What happened?
Well, Harris, very few details at
Okay, so got it. Sounds good. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of information that comes out about this. Hate to speculate on it, but obviously the first thought is probably some psychos, right? I think that's where most people's mind first went, right? Probably some psychos, probably doing something really stupid. If that's the case, they should probably be taken care of in Minecraft, right?
Amen.
Here's the thing. Until something is done about this insanity, it's going to continue. You have to set a precedent when it comes to these psychos. And if, like I said, this is all speculation right now, all speculation. But if it's proven that somebody did something that caused that explosion that was malicious, that was meant to harm police officers or ICE agents or whatever, something's got to be done because it's going to continue. It's going to get worse, and it's going to continue to escalate. So,
can I offer something as well? One thing that I noticed is typically when a lot of these situations happen, these terror attacks by regular citizens, people are like all real hush hush. And my opinion is we need to make fun of these people. We need to like show that being this kind of person where you do these acts of terror, your legacy is going to be remembered as somebody that is made of for time immemorial. And so all we need to do is start making fun of these people, saying, man, this person was an idiot. And we need to like just find out all the stupid things about them and laugh at them, because that's the only way people are going to learn. Well, because these people do it because they want to be remembered, or they want to send a message, or both. And my thought is, well, if we make fun of them, they're going to look at these other people that are made fun of like, well, I don't want to be remembered that way, so I'm not going to do it. So I think if we make fun of them, we're got probably kind of less of these issues. So make fun of these people. I don't know.
Totally agree with you, Craig.
I agree. I think you point and you laugh and you say, that's the whole idea. You point and laugh and you disparage them as best you possibly can. Real quick before we go, I see this clip going around. I have not watched this. I have not pre-screened this, but I saw this from Steph. Says Pedro Pascal hype is just exhausting. I don't know what's going on with this clip.
But that's also because everyone keeps sharing it too. If we just let him go away, hopefully
Blabs, it's not gonna matter. They're gonna push him regardless.
Yeah, but we're also helping by keeping
Blabs,
talking about it.
We're doing exactly what we just talked about. We're pointing and we're laughing at the stupidity of this. That's all. It's the total opposite. We're gonna point and laugh and tell everybody how stupid this guy is. We all, it's the exact same thing we just talked about. Let's see what's being said here.
Pedro has played a father in so many different texts, a found father figure. But do you think it's safe to say that Reed is the first capital D daddy in the MCU?
Ugh.
Are there not
it's like, what are you talking about? Okay.
Other fathers in the
Oh, I mean
MCU?
daddy.
Oh,
Yeah,
daddy.
different to father.
Daddy.
Capital
No.
D.
I would. Okay, no.
Why is all journalism and entertainment gay?
I don't get it.
It's a legit question.
Because it allowed for the other side didn't do anything culturally. It didn't push back on anything, and so it just got infested by an agenda. And then those people rose to the top, and then they only hired those people.
Can we get some dude bros?
The first capital D dad.
Sorry, I was
What's
just.
that?
Can we have some California bros like off the beat? Like, bro, this is the news. Like, I much prefer having one of those surfer dudes that come off of their boards and come and try and talk to me about the news than this. I was like, absolutely not.
All right.
No, the first capital D daddy in the MCU. No, I would say he's in a group of a capital D daddies. There are.
I can't deal with it. I can't.
It's too much.
That freeze frame. Why would you do that? Make it go away.
We've already seen him
He
do.
looks like a dinosaur.
Have you ever seen his nail thing?
What's that?
Have you seen his the nail compilation? Are you guys unaware of this?
No, I've seen this.
Oh wow,
Nail compilation.
Yeah,
That's
Pedro
my face.
Pascal nails, and it's a whole compilation of how he stops everyone to look at their nails, and then he comments on it, and it's horrific to watch. If you really want to end strong.
I don't.
Okay.
That's how we're gonna end. Mercenary says SWAT Cats and Sonic Sat AM were canceled because Power Rangers and Captain Planet, and I hate them both for it. King Fire says Craig, so much very special episodes back then. That's right. Mercenary says Gavin Newscomb is behind this, in my opinion. Okay, these crazies don't care about legacy, brainwashed. Thank you, Mercenary.
Aramis on Plus for one just says Blabs. That's it.
You got more to say? You got to say it now. All right, we are closing in on 1,000 members over on Plus. Join us over at sidescrollsplus.com. Use promo code $. I don't know how long that promo code is going to be up, so make sure you guys head over there and use it as fast as you possibly can. Take advantage of it right now on this wonderful Friday before you guys get outside and touch some grass. Would love for you guys to join us over there. Mama Oko, please tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, so I stream a couple days a week over on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and a couple other different places. Like I said, I do like to talk about drama and VTuber drama and lolcows occasionally in the sphere as well. But yeah, find me on YouTube, Twitter, all those fun places.
Okie dokie, sounds good. Guys, appreciate you guys popping in. We will not have a call-in show right now. We'll have more information about that coming up very, very soon. We got a lot of things on the way. Look forward to sharing you guys with some of the good things we have on the horizon. Guys, thank you so much for your support today. Thanks so much for hitting Montez. Appreciate y'all's support. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of our life and you allowing us to be a part of yours. With that said, go outside, touch some grass. We'll see you guys Monday when we're back at it again, kicking some major ass. Yellow Flash will be joining us once again. Looking forward to that. But until then, remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great rest of your day. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. Bye. See you. I'm out of here. Bye.
Fatality.